below. That was terrible. Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Diamond. Y'all know that guy? It's your boy. That guy. Anyways, that's what I tried to do, but it didn't sound right. Anyways, today, as you can tell by the title, we are doing a summer book recommendation video. Now, these are in no particular order. I just kind of picked them up off of my shelf. Also, one, I have a limited library, okay? So the options you get are the options you get. Two, I haven't been reading that long, so I don't have a lot of summer recommendations. And also, if you've heard me talk about these or like you've also read them, just keep watching and stay for the vibes, okay? Hopefully some are in here that you haven't read. Hopefully there are some that, you know, that you have read and you can agree, or there's some in here that you don't see but you really 100% think that they should be. Let me know in the comments so I can also read them, because I would like some more summer recs too, because I need some, quite frankly, because these are all my summer books. Okay, anyways, so first we're gonna start off with Percy Jackson. Now, for me personally, I didn't necessarily care for this book. It's a bad way to start this off, I know. But I think if you're just there for the vibes of like summer, a perfect way to kick off summer. You can also start watching the Disney Channel, the Disney Plus one. I think this is a perfect way to kick off summer. Basically, this follows Percy Jackson. Don't know, he's the son of Poseidon, and basically he's on the run from a very ugly looking hog thing, and he's on the run basically, and he has to go to this camp, and then he gets sent on a mission to go retrieve a lightning bolt. Zeus is convinced that someone stole his lightning bolt, so Percy Jackson, for some odd reason, I don't know why it was him, I do remember why it was him actually. He has to go and find said lightning bolt, and he travels across America to go find said lightning bolt, and basically, yeah, very good summer recommendation book. I think it's very summery. I think the vibes, just like the camp and all, the water, he's literally Poseidon's son, hello, the ocean. We go to St. Louis at one point, we're in New York, like the vibes of summer are there. The way that we travel through this book is there. The summer vibes are there, okay? So I think this is a great one to start off with. Let me put this back. Also, can I just say I love this copy of my book? Like, it is just so pretty. Next, I have Fourth Wing. Now, if you're like, this is more of an autumn book, I feel like most fantasy books can be summer or autumn, really depending on the vibes of like what you want, I guess. Because for me, I am trying to look for a summer ween book. Oh my gosh, time out. I love a good slasher and a good like scream, and I love Halloween and fall, and I romanticize my life, and I have watched so many Halloween movies already. In the middle, it's not even July yet when I'm filming this. It's the end of June when I'm filming this video. So it's like, and I've already watched like I don't know how many Halloween movies. Like, I need a summer ween book. So if anybody has any recommendations, please help a sister out, because it is quite literally terrible. Okay, anyways, I think any fantasy book can be used as a summer or fall book. It really just depends on the mood that you're in and like what you're in for, I guess, if that makes sense. With that being said, I read it in the summer. I think you could read it also in the summer. Basically, what happens in Fourth Wing is this girl named Violet goes into this dragon war college thing, and while she's there, she's doing a lot of studying, a lot of like training, because girl has no girl has no physical strength. She's terrible, she's trash, she's fragile. It's mentioned like 17 times in this book. If you can get past that, it is so good. Okay, just get past that, and it's so good. Okay, while she's there, she meets this really hot guy named Zayden, and at first she was like, oh my god, this guy hates me because like my mom killed his dad, and like rightfully so. I mean, that's a valid reason to hate somebody. I feel like that's valid. Anyways, then he like picks on her to make her stronger, but she doesn't realize that, and she's just like, oh my god, he's such a jerk. Like, he's making me do these push-ups and work out with this girl. Anyways, he's just doing it to make her stronger so she doesn't die, so he doesn't lose her. Anyways, we love that. Oh, we love it. Anyways, basically, while they're studying and fighting and training and stuff, they realize that there are a bunch of shady people in their college, and a bunch of people that are lying about a bunch of different things that is going on in their continent, in their world at the moment. And so Violet has to basically break the laws of the school to save her continent the best way that she can. And you get to go on the adventure, and yes, I think this is such a good one. I personally love this book. Next is Happy Place by Emily Henry. This literally takes place in the summer, so why don't you go read it in the summer? Duh. Anyways, basically this follows Harry and Win were gonna get married, and then they decided not to get married because they had to do long distance, and in the end it just didn't work. So, but they didn't tell any of their friends that they were actually going to be breaking up and not getting married because they didn't want to ruin the friend group. While normally every summer they go onto this little trip thing, little house that their friend pays for. I forgot the friend's name. Anyways, so there's one friend is really rich. Well, her dad's really rich and has a house. house. So then they all go to the summer house to spend the summer there every summer. And while they're there, they didn't really tell their friends that they were, you know, broken up. And while they're there, their friends decide to tell them that everybody is getting married, basically. Hello? That made no sense. Hello? What? Okay, we have a friend group, okay? I'm gonna paint y'all a picture. We have a friend group, okay? In said friend group, there's two other couples, well, technically three, counting Wynn and Harriet, okay? So we have this couple right here and this couple right here, okay? This couple right here, she never really wanted to get married because she is literally a counselor for marriages. So she's like, they'll never work out. They normally 9 times out of 10 end in divorce. But Wynn and Harriet made it work because they're married. So we're also going to get married because I just think that we should get married. They're not married though. They broke up. Wynn and Harriet broke up. They did not tell anybody though, because when they were going to tell everybody that they were breaking up, friend group A, that's the counselor, wanted to be like, hey, y'all made it work. We can make it work. So like, you see, so then they fake date for the whole entire book. And this book is a lot deeper. Actually has a lot of like really good topics in here. I literally love Emily Henry's writing also, can I just say. This book has a lot of different things. Anyways, basically in the end, they realize, well, Harriet realizes that there's certain things that she has to let go, and Wynn also realizes that there's certain things that he has to let go. And basically, they just grow as a couple in a sense. Maybe, I think right person, wrong time is more of a, like if this were to be a book, I think it would be this. Right person, wrong time, if that makes sense. I really did like this book. Emily Henry does write such beautifully written books, and while yes, they do have like a subplot of romance, I think there's just so much more that you can get inside of her books. She writes such beautifully written books, if that makes sense. Next, we have Better Than the Movies. Now, if y'all have been here for a minute, y'all know that I at first did not like this book because I thought that Liz was quite frankly annoying. I thought she was childish. I didn't really understand her fascination with the idea of love, and then it kind of clicked later on in the book why she was obsessed with this idea of love. Okay, anyways, if you want a good summer read, I think this is a great one. Liz and West, I don't know why I thought his name was West, like Kanye West. I don't know why I thought that, but it follows Liz and West, and basically they are fake dating throughout the whole entire book because Liz wants to get this guy who has just moved back into town, and he is best friends with West. So she's like, oh my gosh, West, if you make me look cool for said guy, you can have the parking spot. They fight over this parking spot 24/7. Anyways, they fake date. It's really cute. It is actually very cute, and I actually really did like it. It's really cute. Just give it the benefit of the doubt. I promise, it's so good. I love it. I love Liv. Who's Liv? I don't know who anybody is. Okay, next. Apparently I don't know who anybody is. Next we have To All the Boys I Loved Before. I love this book. I love the vibes. I love when I read this. I love the movie. I love the actors. I love Peter. I love Laura. I love everybody in this book. Y'all, look how I'm ripping the book. That's how much I love this book. This book to me is just, it holds a very dear place in my heart. Basically, whenever I was in 8th grade, I got made fun of, y'all. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Anyway, when I was little, I got made fun of, and then I really didn't have any friends in 8th grade because I was bullied. So what I did was I just reread a book over and over, or I didn't really read at the moment, but I picked up a book to make it look like I was doing something to busy myself so nobody would bully me, and the book happened to be. So this book has saved me from many bullies. Thank you. Anyways, but while the midst of me fake reading, I actually did read it at a point in time, and I fell in love with it. This follows Laura Jean. Laura Jean is obsessed with the idea of love, obsessed with it, but doesn't want to admit her feelings to anybody. So instead of admitting them, she writes them love letters. Does she send them out? No, she does not send them out. And you know what happens? Her sister one day gets mad and finds said love letters and sends them out to all the said boys, and yeah. Anyways, Peter Kaminsky gets the love letter. He was like, oh my god, it's kind of like, period. I kind of had a crush on you too. And like the 6th grade when you kissed me. And she was like, what the pooper nuggets are you talking about? You're with my best ex-friend Jen. Mind you, her and Jen no longer are friends. They were friends when they were little, and then they weren't, okay? Basically, Peter's like, no, me and Jen broke up, but I want to get her back. And you know what would make her really mad? If me and you started dating, because she hates your guts. And the whole time, Laura Jean's like, oh, that would be smart because I need to make other people think that I don't have a crush on them for said letter that got sent to them, okay? So they fake date to convince people that Laura Jean doesn't have a crush on other people that she sent the letters to, and he fakes dates her to try to get Jen back. Through the midst of it, a lot of things happen, feelings get talked about, and it's just so cute. Please, if you take one book from this recommendation, or like you're just like, oh, I don't really want to read any of these, this girl's annoying and she doesn't know what she's talking about half the time, which is true, please just read this book. And if you don't want to read it, go watch the movie. It is so good. Anyways, if you can't tell, I love this book. If you can't tell. Next we have The Summer I Turned Pretty. Now, quite frankly, it literally says the summer in the title, and if If you look at the cover, it's literally like beach theme. I mean, I don't really need to do any spelling out for you. So is Belly, and she is obsessed with two brothers. Why, frankly, to put it frank, okay? She likes two brothers. She can't pick between a brother. So yeah. Wait, I need to read this again. I don't really remember what happens. Basically, Belly is obsessed with two brothers, and she can't pick between two brothers. She wants one named Conrad, which I totally agree with, sister. Me too. And then she wants Jeremiah, which kind of flip-flops. And after a while, Jeremiah's kind of like, ew, ick. Basically, she wants two brothers, but two brothers don't really want her because they've always kind of, I don't want to say seen her as a sister because that's not true, but they never really tested the waters with said, like, pushing it with a relationship. So instead, she gets a different boyfriend over the summer. His name is Cameron. And, well, it's actually just Cameron, but Jeremiah makes fun of him. Anyways, so it's Cameron, and she starts dating this guy, Cameron, and basically both brothers become, como se dice, jealous. They become jealous. And yeah, that's all that I remember though. But I know there's so much more. Like, I really just need to reread this series actually. It's what needs to happen. But I would say go read it because the vibes are there. The vibes are there. That's what I do remember. Oh, where have you been? This book is Crave. If you do not know what this is, what are you doing? I feel like this book is so good and nobody talks about it. Literally nobody. I haven't really seen anybody talk about it. This book follows, who does it follow? Right, okay, so this is like vampire, like Twilight on steroids. Okay, basically, homegirl goes to a college, okay? This college, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's like in the middle of Alaska. So weird that my grandpa owns this college in the middle of Alaska. Okay? And she was like, anyways, it's so cold here, and people here are so weird, and they look super pretty and hot. And it's like, there's no way you can look super pretty in this hot, kind of like Twilight, wink wink. This is Twilight on X Games mode, I swear it is. Anyways, basically, she goes to this college, meets this really hot guy whose name is Jackson. He is a vampire. Basically, she is the only human girl in said school. There's vampires, there's witches, there's gargoyles, there's werewolves, there's all these magical things going on, and she's the only human. So she has to learn how to live in said college. Think, oh my gosh, what's that? What, the Vampire Diaries, but with the witch, the daughter. The legacies, the originals, something like that. It's this in a book, basically. She has to learn to basically live with a bunch of crazy, super unaverage people and attend their school and make good grades and be smart and do all these extracurricular activities that they do while also being a human. And then she also falls in love with Jackson. He's just kind of there. I also need to reread this. I want to reread the whole entire series. The series was actually really good. I had a lot of fun reading it. Again, nobody talks about this book. Super underrated. If you would like a good fantasy book that's actually fantasy, I say go read this. Now, is there some plot of romance? Yes. Is it a main factor? I don't want to say yes because I personally don't think that is a main factor. I think there's so much fantasy in the book that the romance is kind of like, every time you get to the romance, you're like, oh, it's there. Okay, turn the page, more fantasy. Turn the page, more fantasy. If you want a good introduction to fantasy, I think this is a great start to get into. Basically, this follows, oh my gosh, what's her name? Kasmariah? I used to want to name my daughter that. Totally random. Thought I'd share that with y'all, but if I ever had a child, I wanted to name it Kasmariah because this girl, bad and bougie, can literally take down anybody, and I love that. Anyways, Kasmariah, the queen's thief, basically. She is an orphan child, kind of like Payton from Powerless, okay? Orphan child learns how to steal at an early age to save herself. The queen takes notice and was like, period, you're with me. So now the queen is like, I need you to go to this other city place thing where this king is doing very bad things and that are not legal at all. And I need you to get him to run it correctly. So I need you to kidnap him for me. I'm pretty sure that's what she says. Something of the sort like that. So basically, Kasmariah's like, of course, period, queen, I will. But she doesn't really take it that strong. Anyway, she goes to this little kingdom thing, finds said king, but then somehow ends up trapped to the prince. She ends up trapped to the prince, literally tied leg and leg, and they're trapped together and having to run from, I forgot who they're running from. They're running from someone. They got trapped somewhere and then they're running from someone, and it kind of just dwindles from there. You get a lot of fantasy in here. It is very much so a slow burn because they bicker like old married couple, and I love it. So I would 100%, if you're looking for a good starter fantasy book with subplots of romance, I would say read this. I really did like it. I think I finished this in a day. This was when I first started reading. It's like 2 years ago, maybe a year ago. I highly recommend. The vibes are there. Next is Wild Love. I feel like at any given time, you can really read this book. I think it's summer, winter, fall, spring, whenever. But I especially put it here today because, quite frankly, I think country romances are like a staple, frankly, for summer. Like, it's literally a staple. What do you do during the summer? You go to rodeos. Hello! Like, maybe that's just a Texan thing. Maybe that's why I'm like, it's like normal. Anyways, now it has been a minute since I read this book, so let me read the back, see if it sparks a memory. I remember that. Okay. This follows Rosie and Ford. Rosie is Ford's best friend's little sister, okay? So it's that type of, we're already in that type of trope, if you will. Basically, Ford owns this music company, and amidst of him owning this music company, he also finds out he has a daughter. He's like, what the poop? I have a daughter. I don't know how to take care of said daughter, so I'm gonna go ask the only girl that I do know, and it's my only friend. Her name's Rosie, which happens to ironically be my best friend's little sister. What? Anyways, so Rosie is helping him take care of this mystery daughter that he just found out that he has. Mind you, she's not like 1, 2, like she's 12. Like she can take care of herself, but he really just doesn't know how to balance it because like boys blocked out women his whole entire life because he's been obsessed with Rosie his whole entire life, but he didn't want to hold her down to the country because he knew that she was going to be made for big things. But Rosie comes back for the summer because things aren't going good. They're not going good. Anyways, Rosie helps take care of, I forgot the 12-year-old's name. Anyway, she helps take care of his daughter, also helps him run his music business that he's trying to take off from the ground. Basically, that's where it starts. That's what happens, and it continues from there, and then they confess their undying love for each other and how they've always loved each other. Really cute. I had a fun time, and I love Elsie Silver. I do. Now, done and dusted, I read this, I don't know how long ago, so bear with me, y'all. Some of these books is like a little, oh, as Emmy's older brother's best friend. Do you see a recurring theme here? Emmy's older brother's best friend. Anyways, homegirl, Emmy, this girl right here, has beat so many records, left college, like done so many good things like her mama with when it comes to horse riding stuff that she is like super good. Goes to compete one day, gets kicked off the horse. That's ironically how her mama died. Well, not ironic. That's not ironic at all. That's sadly how her mama died. So she gets scared and doesn't want to horse ride anymore. Rightfully so, rightfully so. I wouldn't want to die either the same way my mama did. Basically gets so scared that she can't get on a horse at all to simply just ride it. So then she goes back home, bumps into this man, Luke, at a bar, and not really bumps into him, but she was trying to dance with some man and Luke got mad and was like, get your hands up off her. Basically being the big older brother protective. And she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But she was like, period. That's all that I remember. Oh, also they secretly date behind her brother's back. Her brother's back. His best friend's back. They secretly date behind the best friend's back. That's all that I remember. I really need to do like a reread. Maybe I should just reread this. Next we have The Naturals. I love this series. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is a mystery thriller. Wouldn't really say thriller, maybe mystery. Actually, it is a thriller because the second book was really like, oh my god, I was anxious the whole entire time. If you want a very good YA thriller mystery book, I say read The Naturals. Also, you can read this closer to like fall, like, you know, like because like literally Halloween, duh, like no duh. So I think it can be read there. But this follows Cassie, and basically Cassie has this superpower. Now when I say superpower, I do mean like not like an actual like Avengers, okay? She's not like that. She can just read people very, very well, which happens to help her, in her case, and the FBI's case when solving murder mysteries. So they have a group of teenagers, yeah, 5. A group of 5 teenagers that are really good at solving murder mysteries that no FBI agent can solve, okay? These group, they get together, solve unidentified, unsolved ones to try to like test their stuff out. Basically, along the way, as they were trying to solve an unsolved one, someone gets murdered close to them. Oh my gosh, shocker. So then Cassie gets really into it and tries to figure it out, basically. And that's just where that goes, and it's super good, and I really do like it. I finished this in a day. That's how good it is. So, think Spencer from Criminal Minds. Yep. Super good, super good. And last but not least, Beach Read. Again, I am reading this book at the moment, so like I can't really tell you all that it's about because well, I'm reading it, but from the gist of what I've got, basically we have January, she writes romance books. August writes literary fiction or something like that. I don't know. He writes fiction books, okay? Basically, she gets stuck with said man. Well, not really stuck with said man, but he's her neighbor and she really is having writer block and he's having writer block. So from what I've gathered from everybody giving me recommendations on said book, they swap and she writes him a book and he writes her a book, and that's just where we take off. I don't know what's going to happen, given I am only 30 pages into the book, okay? So, but it literally says beach. So, I mean, it's right in front of your face, and they're on the beach, so, again, right in front of your face. And the first chapter, she talks about how she's at the beach, at a beach house. So, this is my summer recommendation video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It's very chaotic, and I'm very sorry if it was. I hope you stayed, though, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you also got some good recs from this. If you have any good recommendations for me to read for the summerween, because y'all know I love my summerween. If y'all have any good recommendations for me, let me know in the comments. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll update you in the next one.